Hi, I'm Kirk. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to start a two-part series on how to customize your email list for your email marketing campaign. And then our next video is going to be how to customize your customer list for use in developing audiences, creating audiences within your Facebook ad campaigns. Email marketing campaigns are a vital part of any business. They help build relationships with existing customers. They help you brand build to acquire new customers, offer sales promotions, create traffic to your website. Over the years, I have found that the customer email list that I download from my company software is not always in the format it needs to be in order to automatically upload it into my email marketing service. That file, the CSV file, needs to be edited before being uploaded. And that's what we're going to deal with today, is how to edit your CSV file so that you can upload it correctly into your email marketing service. So let's jump into the computer. I'll show it to you real quick. I created a fake email list for our purposes today of 20 names. It is in the format you would get if you had downloaded it from your customer service software. The big difference is it's only 20 names as opposed to a couple hundred, even a couple thousand names. So for our purposes, 20 names will do just fine to show you how to edit a CSV file to then upload it to your email marketing service, whichever one you choose to use. In column A, you can see we have all the email addresses. Column B is the list of all the names. And you can see that it's first and last name, and basically to send it up to your email marketing service, the first name needs to be in one column and last name needs to be in a second column. This way you can really personalize your emails and increase the chances of that email blast being opened and making it to the person you're sending it to. So right off the bat, what we want to do is take the first two columns, because we know that's where all the data is. We want to make them wider. That way we can actually see what's in the columns. And then right off the bat, you can see here we have ink. If there's anything in the third column and over, that's what you want to deal with first. So right now we're sending this email address is being sent to this company. And again, to personalize your email, you can't really send it to a company name. You really need to send it to a person. And so right off the bat, we know the email address has the person's name in it. So what we're going to do is delete the company name, and then I'm just going to type in Cindy Kyle. Now, if her name was like C. Kyle at ND Mayer Associate, maybe her name was Cindy, then you would type it in, or you'd have to go back to your customer list or customer accounts and find her name and then type it in. It might be a little bit more work to that, but in this case, it's right there. Now, you can also see that some people actually have two email addresses associated with their name. And so what we want to do is we also need to separate these email addresses. And to do that, we just highlight the email addresses. Now again, if it's like a couple hundred, a couple thousand names, just click on the column and highlight them all. But in our case, we can just grab it, highlight it. And you can see your ribbon up here. We're at the home ribbon, but if what you want to do is go to data. In the middle here is text to columns. This is what we're going to use to separate these email addresses. We want to click on delimited, click next, and then we want to specify the delimiters. What are we looking for to separate the email addresses? And tab is good, semicolon, we know that's what they're using, but maybe there's a comma, maybe there's a space. And so we've selected all these, so we want to click, here's your little preview down here. You can look and see how it's going to come out. We click next, and this is all good, and we want to click finish. Now immediately you're going to see this. There's already data here. Do you want to replace it? What we're doing right now is we are taking these email addresses and separating them. So these second set of email addresses, they're shoving over to column B. And if we do that, we're going to lose the name. So no, we do not want to replace it. So we want to cancel. So we want to go up is to highlight column B, and we want to insert a totally new column. And then we want to go back and then start the process all over again. And then delimited, that's fine. Our delimiters are already all set. Next, and let's just finish it out, and bam. We have a column filled with a second set of email addresses. Again, it's easy to see real quick when it's 20 names as opposed to 2,000 names, a total different ball game. Same thing applies, but it'll just take a little bit more work to do. Now, we can see in this example that Angus Gunderson has two different email addresses. This one obviously is going to go to Angus, but we don't know who this is going to go to within the organization. But maybe, you know, it's his assistant, and you want to send her an email as well. So what we want to do is we want to make a space for it. We want to grab the email address and bring it over into the email column. And we happen to know that this was a Paula Pulaski. And so we just put her name right in there. Now on this one, we know D. Hoover is Kyle, but we don't know who this is. So, okay, well, since we don't know the person, we can't personalize their email address. Let's just get rid of that one. And then we go over here to the next one, and it has a name and Marcia's name. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to insert, make another row, grab Marcia's name, bring her down, and then go to the names, and let's just quickly write in Marcia's name. So now we have all of our email addresses. These are all single emails. There's no doubles or no additional emails in the same row. And we have all of our first names. So we can then delete that column that's empty and bring our names back. Now, we have to go through the same process to separate first name and last name so that we can upload it into our email marketing service correctly. So again, you highlight the name since it's only 20, just doing that. Go back up to text to columns. Delimited is fine, that's what we want. Then we have everything checked over here. We have tab, semicolon, comma, space is going to be a big one. And you can see that already there are going to be some adjustments we're going to need to be made. So we'll click next and we'll finish it out. And you can see it is spread out. We have all of our first names. We have last names, but some of the last names we have to deal with. You can see here, Cleo was a Mick Duncans. What we can do with that is we can just click on Duncans and we can put a Mick in front of it, enter. We can delete the Mick and slide that back. Same thing with St. John. It takes a little bit, but you just have to edit these names. And drag them into the right column. Now here you're dealing with first and last names, but there's a doctor in front of the names. Now, again, if you're sending a personalized email address, you really want to send it to the first name, not a doctor. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the doctor. I'm going to highlight both of these cells and rows, and I'm just going to drag it over one, and you can see the name, first name and last name come in. Now we're dealing with, here we go, with a Bob and Susan Grammer. Now, let's go over here to the email address on this one, and you can see it's Graham Sue. So it's really Susan's email address and not Bob's. So again, to personalize it, we want to leave, sadly, Bob, you're out, but we want to send it right to Susan. Now, if you had Bob's email address as well in there, I would leave, assign that a row and put Bob down in that row with it. But in this case, we don't have an email address from him. And then you get down here with Carlton. It's Carlton Dean Meyer. Now, you really have to know, do you call him Carlton Dean all the time, or is it just Carlton? In this case, we call him Carlton all the time. The Dean just happens to be on his credit card information, so that's how it's in our system. So let's eliminate the Dean, grab Meyer, bring it over, and there you go. We have email addresses, we have first name, and we have last name. Before we send this up to our email marketing service software, I'll show you quickly how you want to sort your file. Basically, highlight all the columns, go to your home tab up in your ribbon, go all the way over to the right hand side, and you can see a sort and filter. I like to do custom sorts, and we can sort by column A, and let's go column A, which is the email addresses. We can put them in alphabetical order. It's as simple as clicking on that and they go into alphabetical order. Or if let's say you wanted to sort them first name in alphabetical order, again, go over to your home tab, slide all the way over to the sort, again, custom, and then let's just click the sort by column. Let's change it to column B for first names, and then it's set to A to Z in alphabetical order. Click OK, and all of a sudden you get everything in alphabetical order by first name. You can also do it by last name. It's however you want to do it. Now the last thing we want to do is you want to highlight all your addresses. If you have a lot of addresses, just highlight all the columns. And what we want to do, the last item we want to do before we send this up to our service, is we want to check for doubles. Now, with a list this short, you can actually just look through and see the doubles that I've inserted there. But with a couple thousand names, even a couple hundred names, it is really hard to see. So what we want to do is go up here to our ribbon again, go over to data, and Excel has put this in for us, make it life very easy. Remove duplicates. Let's click on that. And you need to actually highlight all the rows. So you want to select them all, which we've already done. We just want to click OK, and you can see immediately it has found 2 duplicates within our list, and it has removed them very quickly. So now we are all set. Now we know there's no duplicates, everything is sorted, and we are all good to upload this to our email service provider. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned how to edit your CSV file. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I really want to encourage you, email marketing is the backbone of any business. Get out there, do it. It really pays off. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon.